Mick, defeat to Thackley today, but a much improved second half. Just give your thoughts after that one.
Yeah, second half we were far more competitive. We created enough chances, Jay, to get something from the game. It sounds ridiculous. This game today could have been 6-6. We should be 1-0 up after 2-3 minutes, and we find ourselves 1-0 down after 5. It's an easy turnover in the middle of the pitch. Kieran's got to do better with it. He stitched Kitch up with a pass, and we have to deal with these situations much better. And I said to the lads after the warm up today that if we start the game like we've warmed up, we're going to suffer for 15 minutes because we were lethargic, we were back foot, we were lazy, and after 15 minutes I think we were 3-0 down. So yeah, we can't give teams of that quality a leg up in a game like that, because it's a long way back into it.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the warm up there. You mentioned it a few times this season. A slow warm up leads to a slow start. What do you put that down to?
Attitude, mentality, and I've just told them in there under no uncertain terms that's not acceptable. It's just pure attitude and mentality to come and be professional and do things correctly. They come here to get paid, Jay, so they've got to come and do things correctly. They can't just come and do what they want and stroll about in a warm up, because if you warm up like that, through my experience in football, you're not ready to start the game. Thackley were ready, we weren't ready. Like I said, I thought we actually started the game relatively okay in terms of move the ball well. We cut them open 2 or 3 times, we're eating down the side, but we were just sloppy with our passes, Jay. And it's just, if you want to be a good footballer, you've got to pass the ball correctly. And I just thought we were so sloppy with it today.
Yeah, you mentioned that big chance for Ethan. I think it was just 2 minutes in. Done everything right, grounded the keeper, just not quite got a clean contact. But if you go and score that, again, it could change the reflection of the game.
This is our problem at the minute, Jay. We need to go 1-0 up to win a game of football. We're creating them chances, and then we go and concede really, really poor goals, and it just completely takes the stuffing out of you. You can see people just dropping from that point, because we know we should be 1-0 up, and then we're 1-0 down, and it's just mentality. Then people just turn into, I hate to say it, but people just turn into losers, Jay. And for 15 minutes in that game today, we were proper losers. I won't say we threw the towel in for them 15 minutes, but we just didn't compete for 15 minutes. The spaces were too big, and we allowed them to sort of play through us and cut us open far, far too easily.
Yeah, just looking at those 3 goals conceded in that first half, I know we've said it before many times, but it was simple turnovers in midfield. It wasn't like we've been carved open. It was so needless. Just
again, mentality, sloppy. Just sloppy people are sloppy. They come, they just do their own thing, they swan about, and you've got to take ownership of the ball. You've got to pass the ball correctly. Turnovers are that, in my opinion, Sunday League level. You can't turn the ball over in the middle of the pitch of that. You've got to be better on the ball. You've got to punch the pass in. I'm sick and tired of saying it to people about slow passes. We pass the ball too slowly, and you're just stitching someone up, and you're giving the team an opportunity to nick the ball when you pass it slowly. And again, it's a mentality thing. And there'll be a price to pay for today, Jay, because there'll be 5, 6, 7 changes at Albion next week off the back of today.
I guess the big moment for us was when we came out with much more intensity in the second half, miles better. If we make it 3-2, you never know, do you?
Yeah, listen, like I say, I think we created a lot of chances in that second half, Jay. And like I said before, this game could have quite easily finished 6-6 today, because obviously going 3-0 down, you've got to come out, you've got to commit bodies forward. And they did catch us on the break 2 or 3 times, which we dealt with relatively well, to be fair. And then we concede again, another poor goal in the second half. When you're chasing the game, you said at half time, you can't concede now. You've got yourself in this position, you can't concede again, and we just looked leggy middle of the pitch again. We just didn't have the energy to get close to people and stop crosses and stop shots. And if you defend like that, and you don't want to be aggressive and stop crosses and stop shots and get close to people, then you've got no chance.
Big talking point in the second half was a tackle which led to Sean Hudson having to be helped off the pitch. Bit of controversy, obviously there was a bit of to and fro from the 2 benches. It was an old school agricultural challenge, shall we say. How did you see it?
I think 20 years ago, Jay, it would have been a wonderful tackle. In this day and age, no, you can't tackle like that. Just watch the back, it's the right card for me. Yes, he's won the ball, I'm not disputing that, but it's the follow through. His follow throughs up here. There's too much force in it, he's off the ground, he's completely out of control. It's the easiest decision in football, it's a red card. And he's booked him. It's either he's won the ball and no foul, or it's a foul and a sending off, and he's booked him. Honestly, I'm lost for words. I don't quite understand what the mentality of these referees are. it's barbaric, to be honest with you.
And how is Sean? Obviously, we saw him how to be helped off the pitch. What are the early signs?
Not good, mate. He said he can't feel his foot, so I don't know if he's got a broken foot or whatever. You probably have to go for an X-ray and see what's going on. So at this moment in time, not good. It's swelled up. Obviously, when he took his boot off, his boot's ripped in half, where the kid's studs has gone through his boot. I think if his leg's on the ground, yeah, like I said to you before, it's 100% his leg snapped in half. Luckily, his leg was off the ground, and he's caught him in the bottom of the boot. So I mean, if Sean's boot was up here and he's ripped the bottom of his boot, then it has to be a red card for me.
Back to Albion Sports next Friday night for our league meeting. Obviously, we were there for the FA Vars game a few weeks ago. Nice to get some revenge on them. Yeah.
Listen, they're a really good side. They're really rich vein in form at the minute. But we know, Jay, how good we can be. You know, on our day we know how good we can be. But at the minute we're just lacking confidence. We're lacking leadership. We're in a moment. We're in a bit of a rut where no one wants to take responsibility. And that happens in football because when you're losing games, you turn into professional losers. You know, winning's a habit, losing's a habit. And at the minute, we're in a really bad habit of losing games. So we need to turn that around quickly. We need a good week of training this week. We need to get belief back into people, and we just need to go there and be really competitive and really hard to beat. Because if we go there and open up, they've got a lot of quality and they can hurt us. So we need to be really structured next Friday.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Jet.